the others being forced to. I mean, Andrew, that's an amazing accomplishment.
For dark chocolate in America, Americans prefer milk chocolate, prefer white chocolate, then dark chocolate. So to think that a dark chocolate gets reviewed in that fashion, especially when I say, even if you love milk chocolate, you need to give this a try. Because a lot of us love milk chocolate, not because of the flavor, but because of that creamy texture. So what I've done is delivered that same milk chocolate texture to a rich dark chocolate. And you choose the intensity you like, 66, 74, 91 is basically pure extract of cocoa bean. Right. And then, of course, the 74%, which is everyone's new favorite, the 74% with our coffee crunch. So that's a delicious. So any one of those four, I think we still have supply available on all of them, but I'm not sure if it'll last through the end of the day tomorrow.
And honestly, it's worthwhile to stock up if you found yourself snacking away while we've been at home. This is a wonderful guilt-free snack that satisfies you, that's low calorie, that's individually packaged. Just so you know, the crunch version, the cafe crunch is just, I mean, honestly, it's hard to describe it. It's so
out of this
fantastic.
world. It's amazing.
Well, it's real, Andrew. It's real. It's authentic flavors.
Right. A lot of times people will use coffee flavors to make something coffee. And if they're natural flavors, that's great. And that's what we tried. And we couldn't make it work. And then I just figured, what the heck? And I tried, you know, those little coffee grinders that you have in your house. I just used that, melted up some chocolate, and it worked perfectly. And then, of course, we refined it in our production process. But that was just that crude process is what delivered the best results. Sometimes you have to go back to basics. And what we try here is to really bring out the wonderful, natural, rich chocolate flavor without the bitterness and without that dry texture. So we give you the creaminess of milk chocolate, the rich taste of dark chocolate without any of its bitterness. And again, everyone is usually afraid with chocolate, especially chocolate that tastes good, that it's going to be high in sugar. Right. Our 91% we could label as sugar-free if we want. And any one of these, 66, 74, 74 with the Cafe Crunch, any of these, if you compared the level of sugar in the 25 calories square to 25 calories of cucumber or blueberries or any healthy fruit or vegetable, those fruits or vegetables have more sugar than CHOCONUVO. So it really is all around healthy.
They're telling me to put the chocolate down and to step away from it. Yes. So I'll do
step away from the chocolate, yes.
I'm going to move over this way. Andrew, I was so thrilled that in the past few weeks during these crazy times that we're